Hey there, Jester here, and strangely enough, I'm actually picking up where I left off with the last episode with my real life mood board. As you can see, I have added some stuff between episodes. I put some black stars on there, which are causing me a great deal of trouble. I need to put that all away at some point. And the other thing I've added is this is a piece of ribbon. I've got a couple of... What, baby? Yeah, you can go in that bag if you want. This is a piece of ribbon. I've got a couple of Halloween ribbons with ravens or crows on them. And I like that one the best. I thought he filled out the square the best. So now I'm going to be working on this middle row because I intend to put the masks on the corners, which I'm not 100% certain how to do yet because these are so thin and the plastic is quite smooth. So I'm not sure if just... So like glue really isn't going to be enough, I think. Maybe my, super E6000 glue will work. And maybe I'll have to rough up the edges a little bit first, but it's not what we're working on today. Working on this. So, first thing I want to do is I've got a bit of chain. And I want to make sort of a spiral. And then trail that up so it looks like could be, this isn't going to be what hangs the whole piece. I'm going to have to stick something else on the back to do that, because this I'm just going to glue down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in here, spiral it around, trail it up, and then once the glue, as I'm just going to glue it down, once the glue is dry, I'll, use my good snippers to snip it off. First, all right, I'm going to get sparkles all over me. I'm going to just kind of sketch that out. So that I know where to put the glue, because I don't 100% trust just putting it down. Okay, yeah, because I don't want it to be a complete spiral. I want there to be a hole in the center. Okay, glue. Is that coming out? Yeah, it's coming out properly. In the end, I will be putting varnish over this whole thing, so a little bit of lumpy glue is not going to be a big problem. So I think I'm going to start in the middle. And this is going to be trickier than it was in my head. Okay. Carefully lay that down. All right, and then I'm just going to use a toothpick to kind of shape that out a little nicer. There we go. I like the way that looks. Now I need to work on what I'm going to do for this bottom one. And I think what I want to do is maybe kind of make a sort of a drip idea. And for that, I'm going to be using beads. It's inspired by, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but some people will make like a choker and then put red droplet beads coming down like they were just bit by a vampire. And it's a very cool effect. And I'm going to borrow that idea to make drips of my humors. So of course I've got, black, white, red, and yellow. So I'm just going to have those hanging down on strings. I'm just going to be using plain thread for this. It's not, like the perfect thread. Like, it's not as strong as beading thread, but the only beading thread I have is very stiff. Because what I want to do at the end is the string comes up and then I'll have it, tucked around the back so I can secure it even more strongly. But then again, it's going to be, again glued down, so that should add some stability. So I'm going to... Mew! What, baby? Where are you? Got a very sad cat somewhere. Oh well. Because I'm not paying attention to him. So I'm going to start with black because that's going to be my shortest one. So I've got nice... I don't have any droplets shaped beads, which is rather unfortunate. But we will make do, as always. So I've got, various sizes there. Let's get this a little closer to... Mew, I know, baby, you exist. This isn't straight black, this is it's called black diamond, I believe. Because it's it's more of a dark gray with a silver on the inside. Yes, I know you're right behind me. Little troublemaker. Then I don't have a lot in this size, but that's alright. I don't want to put too many out because I just know that I'm going to want to sort these out again later. I'm very fussy. Mew! Okay, so I've got a very small needle. I'm going to get some black thread. Don't need a whole lot. Scissors, where are my scissors? Over here. I think this needle should be small enough to deal with my little bead. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my smallest ones. I'm going to bring that down to the end and I'm going to tie that off. So that's going to be my bottom and hold the rest on. that off. I think I'm going to take a little bit of my glue here. Put it on the knot just to make sure that it stays put. There we go. All right, now, maybe to kind of give an illusion of a drop, I'm going to put my big one. So this is a 6 or an 8, maybe. That there, and then maybe one of my other. Then maybe a couple of little ones. Those all fit. So there, I've got sort of a droplet shape. And now I'm just going to put some, how much space do I have? Yeah, I'm just going to put some random ones on there. So maybe one of these, some more little ones, slightly bigger one. Little one. Okay. Okay, I think that's long enough for what I want to do. And I think what I'm going to do next is turn off the camera so I can do the other strands, and then I will show you attaching them. So I will be back in a moment. Whoops. And I dropped my thread, but that's okay. Yeah. All right, so that should be my last take them off so I can do a little fiddly work with my beads, and I need them back on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna move this up a little bit. So I think I'm gonna put my red one there. My yellow one. I'll go next to it. There's my black one again. And that'll go there. And my white one will go on this other side. I think I want my white one a little longer, so gotta get my white again and my needle. Not a lot longer, I just want to stick a couple more beads on there. That is not the needle I want. No, that's too long. Where's my little guy again? There it is. Just going to stick a couple more on the end there. Maybe one of these white ones. Okay. Yeah, I like that a little better. And I feel like the red's just a little too long. So the thing with crafts is you can always just, you can fiddle with them until they look right to you. Take 3 little ones off the end here. Okay, so let's get that straightened out again. Yeah, there we go. I think I like that layout, so I'm going to move these all again. And once again, I'm going to put down, let's see, that's the center, but I don't want the center. I want to divide this into quarters. Well, fifths, because I want 4 lines. The glue comes out again. Okay. So that. Oh. It's kind of dangling and it's showing a little more string than I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple more of these little tabs. I'm going to put another one of these guys underneath here. So that lays flatter. And I can just pull my string back in. There we go. Then I'm gonna put my yellow. Then my red. Then, whoops, and the white. Put another thing there just in case. Nudge this back up to where it's supposed to be. Give that a little pull. There we go. just a little. So, there we go with that. And I will just need to attach the masks once I figure out how to do that. But this project is coming along. So, until next time, stay crafty.